Okay, tangent, it's only 3 pages. You already picked apart the sine and cosine. Now we're gonna pick apart what a tangent graph looks like. So I'm just gonna make a 0, which is 1, 0. I'm gonna make this 0, 1, and I'm gonna make this negative 1, 0, and I'm going to make this 0, negative 1. The tangent at 0 degrees is y over x. The y is 0, the x is 1. The y is 0 or 1 and the x is 0. The y is 0, the x is negative 1. The y is negative 1, the x is 0. You get an answer of 0 at 0. You get an answer at 0 at 180. This is undefined because you can't have 0 in the denominator, and this is undefined. Whoops, undefined, not you. So what does this graph look like for a tangent graph? When you did sine and cosine, I asked you to get 5 points. Today you only need 3 points when you do this assignment. You need the 0, the origin. You need 1 on either end of the origin. These are the asymptotes. At 90 degrees, which is pi over 2, it's undefined, so that's why there's an asymptote. At 0, it's 0. At negative pi over 2, which is down here, this is a negative pi over 2, it's also undefined. At pi over 4, it's 1, and at negative pi over 4, it's a negative 1, and it looks like a snake. And just like the sine and cosine graphs, it continues. So there's another one right here, and it just keeps repeating itself. All I ask of you is to graph just one on the test. Okay, I want to talk about the period of this, when it starts repeating. It's different than the sine and cosine. So to figure out what the period is for the tangent, let's look at this. It starts repeating, it starts repeating, it starts repeating from a positive 90 to a negative 90 is exactly 180 degrees. So the formula is not 2 pi over k. 180 is just pi divided by k. That's how you find the period for tangent. To find the period for sine and cosine, it was 2 pi divided by k, so don't get this mixed up. So let's go and do this. Graph y is equal to the tangent of theta over 2. So all you're going to do is you're going to make yourself a graph. And instead of 5 slashes, you're going to put 1 here and 1 here. And these are your asymptotes. You need to label your asymptotes. So you need to figure out what the period is between the two asymptotes. The period for tangent is pi divided by k. The k is the number in front of theta, 1/2 of a theta. So I'm going to put 1/2 in place of k, which is the same thing as 2 pi. So to go from there to there is 2 pi. So this is a positive pi, and this is a negative pi, and this is your final answer. Okay, let's do another one. I guess we have 2 more and we're done. This one, you need 1 here and you need 1 here. The formula is pi divided by k, and the k in this problem is 2. The period is pi over 2, which is 90 degrees from here to here. If that's 90 degrees, this is pi over 4, and this is a negative pi over 4. And here's your final answer. This 3, you don't even need, because there is no amplitude on a tangent. It keeps going this way, and it keeps going this way. It doesn't have a height. It's going to trick you on the ACT. Okay, last problem of the day. You need 1 here and you need 1 here. There's a negative sign. It's pi divided by 1/4, which is the same thing as 4 pi for the period. From here to here is 4 pi. That makes this 2 pi. That makes this a negative 2 pi. And the negative sign flips the tangent. Okay, it looks like it's the same problem. I just want to show you something and then we're done with notes. I want to talk about a few things. I mean, realistically, they look the same, but if you go 90 degrees, really, this is really close, like this. I just expanded it out and blew it up so that it looked bigger. This is 2 pi to negative 2 pi. These are really like this and like this. This one's really stretched out because it has that big of a period. And this one only has 90. Do you see that I instead of shrinking this and extending this way out, I just made them exactly the same, but truly, these are not the same dimensions. So hopefully you understand that really this shrinks it and this one extends it out. One other thing, when we taught sine and cosine, we did some translations, right, left, up and down. We're not going to do that for tangent. I'm only going to teach you how to make it elongated like this or shrink it. I'm not going to translate it up, down, right, or left. So that's all for tangent. I just wanted to show you a basic graph of tangent.